Well, welcome everyone. I'm Connie Riley. I'm the founder and president of the Southeastern Pastel Society, and I'll be getting the show going, and then we'll pass the baton to some of our other leaders to do part of the program. We're excited about the show today, and we ask that you keep your sound muted. Okay, so I'd like to welcome all of our board. And our society was started in 1987. We now have 251 members from all over the country now. And we have really grown. We are an educational organization and all about sharing the medium of pastel. Our exhibition team, Becky Postel, Hilda Kurtz, Diane Sparks, Roseanne Gallio, Connie Riley, Sandy Terry, Terry Metzler, and Cheryl Tryon. It takes a village to get this going and to have an exhibit like this online. We thank everyone who has participated in putting it together. Yeah, welcome to the SPS board, and we are thankful for all of our volunteers who also share their time and talents with SPS. And there's a whole lot of people behind the scenes, that many hands involved in keeping the SPS afloat. I was going to turn the time over to Becky to announce our new members of excellence.
Thank you, Connie. Member of Excellence, or MOE, is a designation awarded to an SPS member who has been juried into 3 of our shows. As a result of this exhibition, we have 6 new MOEs to announce this afternoon. Jerry Greenberg, Beth Blackwell Cullen, Allison B. Griffin, Hilda Kurtz, Anita Beatty, and Nancy Witten. This allows an artist to add SPS behind their name. Each year, we like to recognize a volunteer of the year, and this year we have chosen Caitlin Craig. She has been willing to help in many areas, to include workshop chair, social media, YouTube manager, and many, many more areas. She'll be awarded a gift certificate to Dakota Pastels. This show consists of, 216 artists entered the show, and out of those 216, 114 were accepted. We received entries of 634, of which, of those submitted, 150 are in our show. The artist represents 24 U.S. states and 14 countries. And now I'm going to turn the program over to Hilda Kurtz, our treasurer, for other announcements.
Thank you, Becky. I'm pleased to welcome to our award show and to introduce everyone to Corey Pitkin, PSA IAPS-MC. Corey is a signature pastelist with the Pastel Society of America and a master pastelist with the International Association of Pastel Societies, as those letters indicate. His award-winning artwork has been featured in the Pastel Journal, the Art Renewal Center, Portrait Society of America, Pratique des Arts magazine, and International Artist magazine. We're looking at a self-portrait done by Corey that was awarded the Silver Award in the Master Circle Division at the most recent IAPS. He is... You can find more information about his work and his vision as an artist at his website, coreypitkin.com. And you'll be hearing from him a bit later in the program as he speaks to his thinking behind the selection of the award winners for this show. Corey, do you want to just say a quick hello now?
Sure. Thank you, Hilda. Hi, everybody. It's great to be able to see so many of you in person after seeing your artwork online. I must say I've juried a few shows in the past before, and the quality of work in this particular show was truly outstanding. I got to admit, paring it down from 634, I believe it was, to 150. Was a Herculean task. It took days of hemming and hawing, going back and forth. So many pieces got in and then didn't make the cut, and finally getting it pared down to what I felt was the best of the submissions was took a lot longer than most other jury shows, I gotta admit. So
Well, we
congratulations to y'all.
And we sure appreciate your work on this, Corey. We really do. We know it must be really hard. Thank you. Just a quick sort of outline of the rest of the program. All 150 of the paintings accepted, juried into the show by Corey, will be shown in reverse alphabetical order by artist last names. We'll be using the show submit gallery, so it'll look a little different than it did last year. What that lets us do is save the awards for last, all in the same visual frame. And once we get to a certain point, Corey will present the awards. Terry will be advancing the slides at approximately 6-second intervals, so everyone will have some time to enjoy the paintings, note the name, think about finding these folks on Instagram or wherever, and then we'll move on. The exhibit will be accessible on the SPS website. We are showing it through Show Submit, so you'll find a link to Show Submit, the gallery there from the Southeastern Pastel Society website. And there will be we are recording this Zoom, and the video of the ceremony will be available on YouTube as well, should you want to share it with anyone who's not here or those who couldn't make it. Our website is southeasternpastel.com, and if you have a phone with you and you want to just grab that link at the QR code, you're welcome to do so. We're also on Facebook and Instagram, thanks to the wonderful volunteers who help keep those that social media flowing. So turn it over to you, Corey, now.
First of our honorable mentions is Augusta by John Sherry, non-member. Bold and frantic mark making elevates what would otherwise be a simple still life, making this jacket appear to want to leap off the paper. Woman in Green Sweater by Junko Ono Rothwell, master. A contemplative figure study that is as much about how the sitter adorns themselves as it is about the sitter themselves. I'm a Painting by Christine Swan, member. This expertly rendered and emotive portrait dissolves into an abstract explosion of the same colors, giving the piece vibrancy and life. Rusting Away by Greg Johannesson, non-member. This artist used a very limited range of values to describe the space that the tractor inhabits. The darker reds of the tractor's front vibrate against the same valued greens in the tree line. Remnants of the Dark by Caitlin Gaida Craig, member. The bold color, deep linear perspective, and strong geometric line work of this piece keep it on a razor's edge between representation and abstraction. A Southern Gentleman by Judith Leeds, non-member. The calmness of the sitter in this portrait is further emphasized by his blazer that gradually dissolves into the paper, highlighting these beautifully drawn hands. The Merit Award for Abstract Non-Objective goes to Spirit in the Sky by Julie Rainey, Member of Excellence. Even though the middle section of this piece seems airy and open, the darker blue on top seems to be squeezing this middle section into the lower sliver of green. The pops of orange are like sparks being thrown off by this building pressure. Award of Merit for Animal Wildlife goes to Stay Tuned by Deanna Goldsmith, member. A striking design cleanly executed. This cast shadows complete the strong triangular composition that subverts the typical expectation of darks grounding the bottom of a design. And I can't help but think that there's some symbolism at play between the War of the Worlds book and the radio as well.
Oh, yeah.
Award of Merit for Still Life Floral goes to My Kitchen Windowsill by Frances R. Huffman, non-member. A simple subject does not necessarily create a simple painting. The buildings in the background on the left balance the geometry of the containers and the blinds on the right. The rounded bottles and mountains create a lovely counterbalance to the procession of rectangular patterns. Award of Merit for Portrait Figure goes to Circle of Love by Sam Calais, non-member. Stepping beyond a simple dual portrait of an older gentleman and a young girl, this piece is a symphony of textures, architectural shapes, and energetic marks. The use of teal on the left and top center add just the right amount of contrast and vibrancy to an earth-toned palette. Award of Merit Landscape goes to Cicadas and Fireflies by Laura Pollock. Even without the splash of worms on the right, this verdant landscape would pulse with energy. Every element in this piece feels as if it is flowing into those trees as they glow brighter and brighter with an ethereal presence. The Award of Exceptional Merit for Abstract Non-Objective goes to Window Shopping by Rosemary Segretti, master. A gorgeous play of pinks, teals, and violets, broken up ever so slightly with neutrals. The occasional linear and jagged marks make the viewer think of trees or flowers without being overt, and the textured background gives the entire piece movement. The Award for Exceptional Merit Animal Wildlife goes to Sunset Glow by Yael Maiman, non-member. An amazingly tense and yet hopeful composition, using little more than a 3-color palette. The warm orange creates a beautiful halo around the cat's 2-value violet silhouette. The use of dark green on the right helps to lose the edges of the hind legs of the animal and create a sense of mystery. The Exceptional Merit Still Life Floral goes to Passed Down Through the Generations by Bonnie Morgan Hyde, Member of Excellence. In the hands of another artist, a highly geometric design such as this could come off as cold. The use of patterning on the plate and sugar bowl bring an air of simple elegance and tradition. The award for Exceptional Merit Portrait Figure goes to Hopeful by Susan Lyon, member. This piece is proof that less is more. With minimal rendering and just a handful of pastels, this artist has made the edges the focus of this gorgeous portrait. The high contrast of the light side eye draws your eye to the tenderly clasped hands, while the rest of the piece fades into a fog of lost edges. Exceptional Merit Landscape Award goes to Natanhala Forest by Jim Hallenbeck, non-member. A tight and deeply shadowed left side of this pastel opens up to the airy and unbothered right side. The contrast of having an active section counterbalanced by a passive section of the piece illustrates this artist's command of design. Third place goes to The Daughters of John Lidwell Durnan by Teresa Deceive, non-member. Expertly composed, and yet not at the expense of the emotional crux of the piece, this dual figure portrait is executed with an uncomplicated palette and refreshing directness. The pastel marks are left as marks without too much fussing. Varied rhythms of darks, reds, and violets within the composition bounce the viewer around a slightly off, right of center triangular design. Second place goes to Teetering by Jerry Greenberg, member. This energetically painted still life is so expertly designed that it is almost purely abstract. Only the bare minimum amount of information has been conveyed to tell the viewer that these are apples on a striped tablecloth. The periwinkle blue in the background sets off the bright reds beautifully and adds even more energy to the bold marks. First place goes to Snow Clearing by Jane Cho, non-member. A landscape expressed as a precarious balance of contrasts. The cool side of the stream bed seems to be rising abruptly out of the ground, while the warm left side slides down a hill, both held in place by the flat gray and white surface of the melting ice sheet. Both sides of the stream bed's primary shapes are complemented by the silhouette of a single mountain in the background. And drum roll, please. Best in Show goes to Busy Crosswalk by Andrew McDermott, non-member. I was struck by the composition of this piece before I even knew what the subject matter was. The series of diagonals conveys the slow trudge of pedestrian traffic brilliantly. Upon closer inspection, you see that many of the edges have been obscured by grays, like the people are emerging from a fog of exhaust fumes. Once you get up close to the piece, you can see that a few of the pedestrians are wearing surgical masks, taking what could be a random street scene from any part of the past 30 years and planting it firmly within the 2020s. Oh, congratulations to all the award winners. Truly amazing work.
Thank you, Corey. Thank you so much for your thoughtful comments. This made it even more meaningful, I would imagine, to the artists to hear your comments about their choices for the awards. And we are very pleased with all the paintings selected for the show and for also the awards that you selected, and feel that you have been very conscientious about the selection of the pieces. And what a hard job, because you had a lot to choose from. A very hard job, but we thank you very much and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
We congratulate all of the winners, all of the accepted artists. You are all winners. But what an honor it is to be in this show of such a high caliber of artwork. So consider yourself honored to be able to be in this exhibition and to be accepted into it. And it makes it an extra challenge when we have people from all over the world who enter this competition. And it's a wonderful experience to see the beautiful art that people are doing with pastels all over the world. So we congratulate you all. All of the winners will receive an email about your awards, so stay tuned and stay posted for that. The Luminosity exhibition will be on a link on our website, as has been mentioned, and also which will take you to the Show Submit website, where you can view the show again and look at the beautiful paintings. So this is the conclusion of our Luminosity Awards ceremony. And we thank you all for participating from near and far. It's great to see all of the different states represented and countries represented here today. And so we appreciate you all taking the time to be here and participating in our exhibition. We also would like to open up a few minutes with unmutings if people have comments to share or, would like to congratulate someone. So congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Corey. A great honor. Really appreciate that.
I'm thrilled. Thank you. I'm gonna paint after this. It's so exciting.
It's great to know, Julie. You feel inspired.
Oh, yes. Well, I paint every day anyway, but this just gives me a little more incentive.
Excellent. Good to know.
Yes.
I was really struck in Corey's selections with the incredible diversity of imagery and expression that the pastel medium offers us. It's really quite striking. And I guess I had a question for Corey. Was that on your mind as you were making your selections, or did that just sort of happen?
I mean, it's pastel is such a versatile medium that I think we have with it the ability to go from watercolor to oil to something graphic to painterly. You can really do anything with pastel, and I love seeing artists push the possibilities of it, to find those ways that not only does pastel occasionally ape other mediums, but those ways that pastel can be unique in and of itself. It's something I always try to find in my own work as a way to let the pastel just be pastel and help to elevate the medium.
Mm-hmm. Just let it be a pastel. I love that.
Yeah.
It looks like Anita has something to say or ask. I think you need to unmute yourself first, Anita.
Okay, thank you. I just was thrilled with the paintings from everybody, and particularly paintings that just struck me as if I were judging this show, and how much I want to see more of the work of those people. So I've made a list, and I'm going to make sure that I go to some of these websites and get to know y'all, because your work is wonderful.
Thank you, Anita, for that comment. It is inspirational, isn't it?
It is. It is. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll second that, Anita. That once yesterday I got the names of all of the award winners. When you judge them, you don't get the names of the artists who submitted, and there were a couple that I also made a list of that I need to start following on social media.
Yes.
I love the connectivity of the art world. It's really special.
Yeah. And thank you, Corey, for your own work. I think it's wonderful.
Thank you.
9 of us had a great time with Corey last weekend in the workshop that he gave as part of this exhibit, and it was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, we had a great group. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
It was
really
fabulous.
was. Yeah. If any of y'all have a chance to take a workshop with Corey and you're interested in portraiture, go for it, because he's a wonderful teacher as well as an amazing artist.
Was it?
I know. I want to redo the portrait that I entered in this show and didn't get in. Now I know what was wrong with it, so that's cool. You can always keep learning. So much more to learn.
Yep. The art, there is no endpoint to an art education. My children are getting to the middle school, junior high age, and they definitely have an interest in art that appears to be genetic. So I keep encouraging them because they occasionally get disheartened. I guess they feel that it's easy for me. But I need to keep reminding them I've been doing this for at least 35, 40 years longer than you have. And for a very long time, I was not happy with my work. And I would say probably every, 1 out of every 4 or 5 pieces goes in the scrap pile. Because if you're not creating pieces that occasionally you're not happy with, then I don't think you're pushing yourself hard enough. You need to experiment. You need to push yourself out of your comfort level so that you can grow as an artist.
You're here. I'm going to put that up on my easel. There is no endpoint to an art education. Thank you for that. Some friends and I got together the Wednesday before Halloween and burned a selection of our works that we needed to even take up space in the trash pile. And I will say it was quite cathartic.
I've heard that referred to as a salon de flambe.
Oh, I love it. Salon de flambe. Well, we decided it should be an annual event, so that's great. Writing that down too. It's beautiful. Does anyone want to share any other thoughts?
Nope, I gotta go paint.
Yeah.
That's right, Julie.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you all for participating.